Hey guys, you're joining me today for leg day. Now this session is going to be something completely different to what I normally do leg wise. However, I've just discovered this awesome fitness guy called Julian Smith, also known as Julian the Quad Guy Smith. Basically, he does these ridiculous workouts. So you're going to see his clips throughout this video anyway, but he has the most ridiculous legs. He's sort of a similar height to me. I'm not going to say similar build because I'm sort of years behind him. I haven't got much muscle mass. He is in ridiculous shape. But I'm going to do his leg workout today. I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to give you some pointers on some of the exercises, but they're awesome. I've had a look at his video last night on the bodybuilding.com. I'll post a link to that below, so check that out. But here is just mixing things up and smashing the legs. Please give a thumbs up if you don't already, and subscribe if you don't already. Here is Julian Smith's leg workout. I was thinking into darkness, something to hold on. Find you when you were so broken. So, exercise number one is the sissy squat. Now you can see I'm not quite as good as Julian at doing these. It's all about keeping those hips forward, making sure the knees are going down as far as possible until you're in that fully stretched position. Now it was once said that knees shouldn't go in front of the toes whilst performing a squat, but I can definitely vouch that this certainly hits the quads more, obviously, as it takes the tension off the glutes and hamstrings. And on to those later reps here, you can see on the split view, I'm not quite keeping the hips forward enough, but it's as best as I can do them towards the end of those final reps. Moving on to exercise number two, we are doing the close stance barbell squat. Now keeping your feet inside shoulder distance is going to make this movement more quad dominant. Now range of motion is going to play a massive factor on here. Here you can see how deep Julian has to take them, and I'm not so bad at flexibility either. But people who do struggle, just make sure you're going a little bit lighter and trying to work more on the range of motion rather than weight. Again, just using that split view to show how you should be keeping the chest nice and high, trying not to round the lower back as you squat nice and low. Now exercise number three is definitely something I haven't done before, and it's a seated quad contraction. Now basically all you're doing on this exercise is tensing your quads as hard as physically possible, trying to push as much blood into that muscle, and literally it's just going to start creating a little bit more mind to muscle connection. Now if you're following Julian's workout on bodybuilding.com, you'll see the next exercise is a hack squat. However, as my gym doesn't have one, I've adapted to the hack leg press, which is another exercise you can see him doing here. He actually calls them a cannonball leg press simply because you get into that cannonball bomb position like you were jumping into a swimming pool. Now having your legs lower again is going to put the emphasis on the quads and just making sure as you push and fully contract them quads, you're squeezing as much blood in as possible. So moving on to exercise 5, we have the stiff-legged deadlift. Now most important thing on this is keeping the chest nice and forward and making sure that back doesn't round, so we have a nice straight back. Now here you can see I have a slight bend in my legs. Julian does put a plate under his toes where I have pretty tight hamstrings, so don't need to do that, but it's all about feeling the stretch in the hamstrings and using them to get yourself back upright. Now exercise 6 is the decline dumbbell leg curl. Now this is a pretty old school movement that they used to use before the leg curl machine was invented, but it's literally awesome. The setup literally just requires you to put a bench on top of, say, a step, and then holding the dumbbell between your legs, and you will feel as you stretch it's really hard to hold on to, so it's a little bit awkward, but you can see here tension wise the hamstrings are on fire. Now exercise 7 is a hamstring contraction, so very similar to what we did on exercise number 3 with the quads. This time we're literally going to be bending our leg back, really squeezing that hamstring. Mind to muscle connection is the most important thing here, and doing those after we've just done the decline dumbbell leg curl, you're going to be able to feel them a lot better than you would just cold. So guys, very last exercise, exercise 8 is good mornings. Now here we're literally just finishing off them hamstrings. The movement is obviously a little bit lower back, but as long as you're keeping those legs straight, making sure the tension is on the hamstring, you're going to feel this pretty much burn, and you should look at it like a stiff-legged deadlift. So there you have it, guys. I'm holding the camera, I'm kind of shaking a little bit here because I'm knackered. That was a tough workout. As you see through the clips, I hope you enjoyed some of them exercises. If you don't already do some of them, give them a go. I know that the like the decline leg curls with the dumbbells, they are something completely different, a little bit awkward to do, but they really do get your hamstrings, and also you probably see the tension in my calf afterwards as well. They really hit them. We're now going to blast some of the post-workout nutrition in. I have 40 grams of whey protein, and again, mixing it up today. Dried pineapple. I'm going to have the whole bag, that's 100 grams. We're looking at about 70 grams of carbs. All come from sort of healthy, fast-acting sugars. Oh, great workout. Subscribe to the channel. More great videos coming soon.